I'm Helen here at Pompom Ohmm. This is the third Friday make along. Okay, and this week we have got this guy. So he's just a polystyrene owl that I've picked up whilst out and about. You could do this kind of sculpture, pom-pom sculpture is what we're going to do. You could do this with a chicken wire frame, and in which case you could make any shape you wanted if you did it with chicken wire. So I've got a few bits and bobs here to make this with. First thing I've picked up is, it's Halloween, so there are monster eyes out and about. Okay, this came in a pack of 4 different colours, so I've just chosen the yellow out of those. Okay, so these are going to be our little googly eyes which are going to go on by there. Right, now I've just thrown something on the floor. There we go. And then for the beak, because I don't want the beak to be made of wool, and neither do I want the eyes to be made of wool, because I want them to be kind of shiny. So for the beak, we've got a bit random here. I have a stag beetle out of this little Halloween collection, okay? And I've also got a spider that I have cut the legs off. So that's the spider with its legs on. This is the spider, put it somewhere you can see it, with no legs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually glue gun those together. So the spider is over the top of the legs, and it's going to make a beak. All of this raggedy edge is going to be covered in wool, so you're not going to see it. So I've already heated up the glue gun, so I'm going to stick our beak together first. In terms of wool, we're using lots of different browns. So that's a mixed colour pom, which is going to go around its eye. That's got camel brown in it. It's got sand in it, and it's also got the pearlised wool in it. This one here is our light grey mixed in with our cream. We've got a fluffy black. These are going to go all over his tummy, and these are actually dark brown, pearl and camel. Okay, so yeah, so I'll mention, if I'm using any different colours, I'll mention as we go. We're going to start by doing one eye, and then we're going to go from that, but let's move you down so that we're ready. Okay, so first of all I'm going to stick this spider section to this beetle. Okay, I know this is a bit random. You could use anything really to make his beak, but this is what I had to hand, so that's why I'm using that. So I'm using his little horns to kind of stick the spider's legs to. Yeah, so that's pretty much going to go there in the middle of his face. You're not going to see all these legs, they're going to be hidden. Okay, I'm not going to stick it on just yet because I want to make sure everything goes in the right place. So this is the one that I'm going to use around his eye. Okay, so you're literally kind of building this up like a little sculpture, really. Oop. So I want my black. You don't want all of the extra bits on these, because to be honest that's just going to get in the way. Oh yeah, so that's going to be his like little eyebrow. And his eye's going to go on there. Okay, so I am actually going to stick his, sorry you can't see, I'm actually going to stick his beak on now. Obviously I'm just using a hot melt glue gun. So as always there will be fringy bits, but it looks like it's sticking out a long way, but with your poms on it is going to stick out quite a long way. Trust me, that will. It looks bizarre right now, but it will look better in a minute. Right, I'm going to stick this pom on first. As I said, I'm using plenty of hot melt glue. Stick that in there like that. This one is his eyebrow, so it's just going to go in there. Could probably do with trimming some of these down, but I'm not going to. Okay, so that's going to go in there as his eyebrow. Hopefully, once I get this on, you'll see what I'm trying to do here. We can always, don't forget, trim after we've got them on. I've dropped my little scissors, so I'll have to go with these, which are rubbish. There we go. So this is going to go in the middle. Now, can you see there where we're going with this? Okay, so that's going in the middle there. Obviously, once the other eye goes on, it'll make a lot more sense. I'm just trying to prove it one way or another with the, there we go. So, as you can see, this is going to look less random when we've got more bits on. So, this one is going round here. I'm just going to put that eye into place so that you can see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, kind of making it more eyebrowy shaped. Yeah. So let's get that eye on there. As I said, this makes so much more sense when you've got the other eye on in place as well. Okay, let's get that stuck in there. Right, there you go. See that kind of shape we're trying to create, like an eyebrow there. There we go. And then we're gonna, I know it still looks a bit random at the moment, but it won't. Let's get going. This is going to go round and under here. And this is where we're going to let it come up and round his beak. Okay. So that's going to go. Plenty of glue in there over the top of that beetle's foot, round his beak. Careful with the glue gun doing this, because you are kind of just, winging it. There we go. There we go. See, so we've got half of our owl's face done there. Now, once we get the other side on, it's not going to look quite so random, but for now, I agree, it does look random. These are all going to go under here along his belly. So I'm gonna actually put that in place next. So, sorry I'm doing this in odd order, but yeah. So, you could do this with anything, any shape, any creature, whatever you fancied, really. And you're just using a hot melt glue gun to get it all into place, so very, very easy. We are going to put a little bit more around this eye, so I'm just going to leave space for that. But of course these will move a little bit, forgiving. So yes, I'm just putting these multicoloured brown ones in here now. Yeah, it's going to look random until we get that other side of his face on. Then hopefully it's not going to look quite so strange. keeps sticking. Don't forget, we are gonna trim these. There we go. Definitely going to be trimming part of that away there. You can see what we're trying to do here with these speckly ones on his tummy. There you go, look. As I said, it'll all come together a bit better once I've got his other eye on. Obviously, if you're getting this, if you're wanting a little sculpture for a kid's room or something, then obviously not to play with, it would just be decoration. But yeah, I suppose you could do anything, dinosaur or anything really. Just as a nice fluffy woolly room decoration. I picked owls just because I actually quite like it. I like owls. That's the only reason I picked an owl. Okay, so you can see where we're going with here, but needs a lot more work at the moment. So I'm not trimming as I go, but that's because, to be honest, I'm really struggling for scissors tonight. But I need to order some new ones. There we go. Obviously, with them being googly eyes, that's quite cool as well. I'll try and pre-cut some of these now. Put down the scissors, I don't know where. No. As you can see, I'm packing these in really quite tight. I want him to have plenty of fluffy fluff on his tummy. So I'm actually going to put one more under there. So he's definitely going to be sort of sitting on his fluff. Sorry, can't see what I'm doing here. I mean, this is a bit like when we did the sea scene. It's just that obviously we're not working on something that's flat, we're working on something that's got a 3D texture, but it's very similar to how we were just sticking them on the canvas to make our beach scene. Okay, so I've put on the belly fluff there. I'm going to be adding more colours to that, definitely. Ooh, touch my glue gun. There we go. So we've got this pom here is not working for me, so I'm gonna have to do something with that. But let's see. I think it probably just needs trimming. Okay, just finishing off this owl here. So I'm trying to get his other eye on to match. Okay, I'm going to go for putting his eye right in there. I'm going to try and get out through to the polystyrene if I can, just so I know his eye is definitely stuck on. Here we go. There's his eye. it kind of makes a bit more sense now at the front. Okay, it's got very big, thick black eyebrows. I've just glued my own fingers. Right, there we go. Hopefully he'll carry on coming to life now as we get his ears on and everything. So for his ears, I've gone with black wool, brown wool either side, and then a lighter brown. And I'm going to deliberately stick them on so that there's like this flat edge, so they're going on like that, so they stick up in the air. And I'm going to follow this line of his eyebrow. I'll show you more detail what I'm doing in a minute. I'm trying to make sure now that I am definitely getting glue onto the polystyrene so that I'm not just sticking wool to wool. Okay, so there we go. So there's one ear sticking up there, look. Like I said, I'm going to try and get it so that that black line follows through. I'm going to do the ear on the other side as well. Okay, got two ears again. Deliberately keeping it like a little clamshell, using that bit to stick down and the other bit to make his tufty ears. Okay, we're going to be, it's got a very thick Angry Bird style eyebrow on this side, but we can, remember we can trim it and tweak it and sort that out later. So there we go, we've now got an owly face. Okay, one last thing that you need for your owl's face is going to be this. They have a very distinct brown line going right round their face. So what I've done here is I have got cream wool either side of a brown stripe. Obviously I have specially and specifically made all the pom-poms for this guy, so you have got to do a bit of like bit of working out what colours need to go where. A lot of the poms for this particular creation are specifically, you know, they're different colours of brown, sorry, on the same pom. To just make him more interesting, really. So he's not just a brown owl everywhere. But you see what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to get this brown line going up round his face, because they have that very distinctive round face. Not love heart shaped like the barn owl, but because we're going for, dare I name a species here, but we are going for a tawny owl. Or not a tawny owl, I'm lying, like a long-eared owl is what we're going for. But to be honest, as long as it looks owlish, we've achieved what we wanted to achieve. So I just kind of wanted to use, I like all of the brown, so I wanted particularly to do a brown owl, and I love the long-eared owl's ears, so that's why we've gone for this particular design. But obviously you could choose any owl, snowy owl, I don't know, snowy owl, brown owl, barn owl, any of them really. Okay, so that's what we've got so far now. We've got this owly shape to his face. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side of him. You will notice that the face is rather large, but I have deliberately used the smallest, well, the second to smallest pom-pom on his belly and some of his face, and then I've moved on to our medium pom-pom. And the reason I've done that is because it's going to make his wings higher than his tummy, which is going to balance him back out again, so that he isn't got just this massive face and nothing else. I mean, owls do have big heads, so he will have a big head, but we don't want it to be excessively big. Okay, so just coming round his face, making sure I've got plenty of glue on all the way up to the polystyrene. So, and I'm just flattening the poms actually as I go round, because it's a stripe we're after here. Okay, so as I said, there we go, he's growing into this fluffy owl with these lovely spiky pointy ears. So last one there. Obviously I've not really shown, well, I haven't shown you at all actually how to make these pom-poms with different colours, but there's plenty of tutorials out there on the internet which will show you how to make all different kinds of pom-poms, and if it's something you're interested in, by all means let me know and I will show you. But obviously this is just, I'm showing you how you could make it if you were doing it from one of our kits, or if you were getting us to do it, this is what we would be doing. Okay, so we've got his face there, we've got his belly, there he is. Whoop, off he goes, falling headfirst into the computer. Right, so next thing I'm going to do is put on his wings. Okay, so we're coming round here to the back and we're going to start sticking. I'm lying actually, I want to start at his head for this, just because I want to make sure. So what I've done for his head, look, is I've got this cream in the middle and then I've added in a bit of camel brown just on the sides, so that the camel brown will match his tufty ears and the white will match this bit in the middle. Okay, and we're going to push that down really quite hard because we don't want it to stop his ears from sticking up. Okay, we still want to be able to see those really tufty ears. All we're trying to do is give him some fluff on his head. Okay, there we go. So we've still got his ears. Yeah, so we've matched the cream on his forehead and we've matched the camel brown that was on his ears. And then we're going to work down the back. Are we? Is that how we're going to do it? No, we're not. We're going to work round his wings. So for his wings, what I've done is I have black wool, a streak across the middle, and then silver wool either side. Because what I'm trying to imitate is the tips of the wings, which they are sort of grey, blacky brown. So what I'm doing is following the line of the wing, okay, and I'm making this, following it with the stripe, okay, and I'm keeping them quite close like clamshells again, to make it easier, and I'm packing them down onto his tummy fluff. Okay, see, this is his wing here. Okay, so we're gonna keep doing that, and we're gonna let that black line, we're gonna stick him on to follow his tummy fluff, but we're gonna let the black line kind of go round. I'll show you when I put it on, but it's gonna make the pattern of his wings if it was to open its wings. Obviously you don't need to do it with this attention to detail if you're just making a fun owl or something out of pom-poms. Just go for it, really. But as I said before, I'm an owl fan and I'm actually quite enjoying doing this project. Okay, so see, there we go. So I've got his next one on. I've put the pom against his tummy fluff, but I'm letting that line go round as if it was his wings. Okay, I'm going to get at least another one there just to finish off the belly section. Okay. As I said, I'm keeping them quite close, like clamshells. Okay. Right, getting another one on there as the belly section. Right, and I'm just going to put, I think I'm going to put, yeah, I'm going to put two more along his bottom here. Okay. I've made plenty just in case, because I wasn't too sure how many it would take. We haven't done this particular owl before. Okay, so I'm just following that wing line all the way around to his bottom. Okay, I'm now going to start on the opposite side. Now this owl that I bought is not straight facing. Okay, he's pointed his tail over to this side, so it's possible that it's not going to take as many pomps on this side, but as I said, whatever you've picked up to decorate, and you can use anything for this. You could use the chicken wire, or you can get yourself one of these polystyrene things, or you can get yourself one of those paper mache model things. Whatever you've picked up, you're just gonna have fun with it. You're just gonna decide what colours you're gonna have, and you can, you know, I quite fancy doing Elmo the elephant with all the different colours, so you could just do a multicoloured one. Just, you know, a bit of a fun project, this one. It's not meant like not a serious thing, this. So, well, I don't think any pom-pom thing's serious really, but you know what I mean. I'm definitely going to do some pom-pom sculptures, I think, for Christmas. I'd love to do a massive penguin or polar bear. Of course, if you use chicken wire, you can, of course, tie these on. And actually, if you did tie them on, and it was for a one-off thing like Christmas, and it was massive and you couldn't store it, then you could snip them all off, and you could still reuse them then for something else, or remake something different the following year. So lots of opportunities with this one. If I do a Christmassy sculpture, I will, of course, put it on here and let you all see. Yeah, I was right. So, as I said, look, this owl, his back is facing this way. So, I'm actually going to put one more pom-pom here, facing that direction, just cause he's sort of lopsided. Okay, so there we go. Now I've got this black layer on. Okay, next layer that I've chosen to do is going to be this brown and silver. Okay, as I said, I'm building up the colours so that, because when owl's feathers are almost stripy, and when it opens its wings, that's how it gets all the bands of colour, because each feather has, I wouldn't call them stripes, but it's definitely bands of different colours. Okay. We're still carrying on with this owl. Okay, I'm just putting on these dark brown and silver stripe ones still. Still keeping them sort of clamshell shaped. I'm not doing as many as the silver because I want to follow this wing pattern. So I've got 3 on that side, and I'm going to put 3 on this side, making sure I can see that brown line actually, because I don't want to lose that detail now. So yeah, so there you go. So make sure we can see the brown and the silver. Last one. you go. Right, so I've got those brown and greys on now. So just building up his wings. Next one I want to put on there are just all dark brown. I'm putting just 2 at the top here. Once I've done that, I'm going to put these brown fluffy ones on, and right at the bottom I'm putting some of that camel just as a stripe right at the bottom. So I'm going to get these on. And then we're up onto his head, and then we're finished. So yeah, it's dark brown going in there. And then these dark brown with light, I wouldn't say light brown, I'd say like more of a toffee brown. That's what I'm putting on next. Okay. With this camel stripe right at the bottom. And then again, same again, all dark brown here. And then dark brown with the lighter toffee brown, sticking that one in there. You literally, like, you're just building up a 3D picture basically. But just use your eye. There you go, so we're building him up there. Just managed to glue myself without paying any attention. Okay, last 3 that I want to put on his back are all this slightly lighter brown. I'd say like a toffee-ish brown. So they're going to go in on his back there. And you can't really see the right colours here, but it looks very dark on there. But I'll see if I can get it. I'll take some pictures of it in better light so that you can see what we've done here. I'm not working in daylight, so that's why it's not particularly great photos. Okay, last thing on there. So there we go. If you've put plenty of glue on, they shouldn't really be coming loose, but I'm just making sure I can see this dark line there, because I want to separate out this back. Right, there we go. Okay, again, you can't really see that very well on there, but it is coming together. Right, we've done the whole of his body now. Okay, so we've just got his head to do. His ears, I'm going to have to probably tie those to make them stay as a point. Okay, so I've got plenty for his head, so I'm going to start with these light coloured ones. I'm just going to stick those on here. Starting to work again from the top down to meet what we've already done. So there you go. That's going in there. And then, oh, I do keep burning myself this time. So just be careful if you're doing this. There we go. We can tie those ears to make those pointy, so don't worry too much about those. We'll just tie them off. Okay, I'm going to put this speckly one right in the middle at the back. And then all these other ones I've got are just literally going to go around his head. Okay. So again, we want to make sure that it's going right up behind his face. And we can of course trim these down, so if it ends up that we can see too much of it from the front, then we can trim it back. Make sure you are going all the way through to the polystyrene, because it gets trickier, and you really want them stuck to the polystyrene rather than just stuck wall to wall. Right, got 2 by there. I'm going to go 2 over here. But yeah, like I said before, you can literally, you could make anything in this way. So I would say just get creative. Doesn't matter if it's an owl or what. I just quite like our browns, so what better way to use some nice browns than to make a fluffy owl. Now my owl looks very angry. I think long-eared owls do look like they've got a bit of attitude. But it's the eyebrows that are making him angry. So you could have less eyebrows showing, which would make him slightly less angry looking. But yeah, I quite like him angry. Okay, so I've got a few more poms for here. And then I think I'm actually going to need another couple poms. So just to finish off this head section. I don't want to make him too thin and not fluffy at this point. We've come this far, so random purple there. I don't know what that's come from. I'm not using purple, so okay. As I said, you can give him a trim later. Right, let's shove that one in there. And yeah, it's looking like I need one more. Okay, that's as far as we've got. Right, just finishing off this owl now. We'll just get the last 2 poms in place on the back of his head. 1 and 2. Okay, so that's the back of your owl. This is the front. Okay, and I just want to work on these ears. So one option would be to tie them, but you're going to see the string. So the other option is for us to try and glue them. Now I wouldn't suggest using your hands for this, because you could end up gluing them together. So I'm just going to, like when the hairdresser parts your hair, I'm going to do that with this, and just keep sticking. Till I start to come to a point. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to touch it because it is still going to be warm, but you can see there the difference between the 2 ears. So I got this one sticking up in the air, this one still needs work. So I'm going to do the same on this side. Do you know, wool is actually quite nice to mould with. I'm used to clay, but I'm quite enjoying this. It's decent for sculpting with. Okay, and then again, I am using my hands, but you would be probably better off if you had one thing either side of your hands. Right, just the last. I reckon it's going to need another 2 blobs. Okay, so 1 blob there. And then, don't worry about all these spidery bits, we can fix those again. Okay, so last bit, let's get that as spiky as the other one. Okay, right, that's better. He looks much more like a long-eared owl now. He's got his ears up in the air. Okay, so obviously I don't need to go and hang this one up, but I'm going to try and get it in a better position for you to see. Turn off the glue gun before I forget. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at this owl if we can. Okay, so there he is. He's got no feet, obviously. I'm pretending they're underneath him. Okay, so I'll just turn him around to show you. So this is the back. We've got his wings tucked in round this back. Second wing, and we come back round to the front with these lovely tufty ears. Obviously you can give this guy a trim if he needs it, where he needs it. Just make sure you use sharp scissors. And you can see now that this spider slash beetle doesn't look like a spider or beetle anymore. It's now definitely part of his beak. So that's this week's make. Okay, a very angry looking owl. I'll take some decent pictures of it if I can, and I'll get those put up so that you can see them. But yeah, thanks for joining us again. Back next Friday with another make. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but tune back in to see. Okay, thank you very much. Bye now.